I think the depth is really affecting our rotations quite a bit. Like we can go deeper off the bench, so we have more weapons, so kids don't get quite as tired. It's both a numbers thing and an ability thing, so it's a bonus either way.
I just think we have a lot more people who can contribute, and I think our guards right now, we have a lot of breaks, which gives the older guards a lot more rest, which is obviously competitive, so everyone's fighting for minutes and everyone's competing with each other, but I think everyone is very clear of the overall goal that we're beating up each other right now, but I think we're getting ready to compete against other guards. And I just think having more people, having more legs, having more people who can really contribute. It's not just about bodies. People are actually making a difference in the style we're playing, the tempo we're playing, and we can stay and sustain the tempo, which is something that we struggled with last year purely because of bodies. And I think this year we have a lot more people who we can rotate, keep our legs fresh, and keep the tempo up all game.
We have such a different feel to things than we did last year. I think Troy has done. She was our most improved player last year, and she's continued that with her work over the summer and everything. And she's our most dominant player right now. I mean, bar none. Clodagh adds a competitive element that she didn't necessarily feel as much last year, and I think the urgency of being a senior and this is your last shot at it and all that kind of stuff. So they've both brought they've both raised the level in practice and then obviously in our scrimmages too. So what they bring is both an asset on the floor and obviously in the locker room as well.
I think personally, I'm just going to really focus on staying level-headed the whole season. I think it's important that it comes from the top down. I think I know we're really focused this year on improving every single day, and the overall goal is to get wins, and I think myself to contribute to that, obviously I'm going to do my best on the court, bring a lot of energy, bring focus. I think that's what I personally bring to the team. I think myself and the other captains were just focused on constantly being on everyone's, not on everyone's case, but holding people accountable, making sure everyone's doing the right thing all the time, making sure we're consistent every day. And I think our overall goal as a team is just to be successful. We want to have more success than last year. We don't want to dwell on the past. We want to move on and, really make a statement of women's basketball at BU. And I think this year, I think people are going to be very surprised in what we're going to do.
There's an old saying of all boats rise with the tide. So I think the freshmen have put pressure on the upperclassmen to really step up their game, work harder, get more shots up, develop auxiliary skills and other parts of their game. And then I think the freshmen being the freshmen, it's not an us versus them. I think they blend in very well chemistry-wise with everyone. But I also think that they have goals too athletically, and they want to be part of that top rotation. So they're pushing it in practice, and I think they're knocking on the door.
Well, I think our main focus is we want them to be tired. I think we want to run them off the floor. I think that was something that we focused on pre-season a lot. And I think, as I was saying to you, there's a method to the madness. We ran a lot this pre-season, and it was for a reason, and I think everyone's bought into that now. We're in the best shape we've ever been as a team, and personally, myself, best shape we've ever been in. I think, we're as tough as we've ever been. I think we're as deep as we've ever been. So I think people are going to be really surprised. We're going to have a lot of weapons. If we play athletic teams, we have athletic girls to match up. If we play back to the basket teams, we've got depth and height right now. If we play slow teams, we've got a great guards to hold them accountable. So I think overall teams are going to be really surprised in how many weapons we have.
That was the most challenging game we played all year, from a up and down standpoint, from the tempo, from the intensity, from the grittiness. That team just won't go away, whether we won or they won. I want them to say, boy, that team, they really improved. They really worked hard, and they're a contender now.